This presentation is brought to you by the following. Flicker's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicker's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
10 seconds left in the ball game. Mason Smith.
And hello, Tiger fans. Thank you for listening in to the third episode of NEJ Tiger Talk, presented by Senate Productions, LLC, and powered by Flicker's Tax Service in Taylorsville and Southeastern Baptist College in Laurel. I'm your host and voice of the Northeast Jones Tigers, Kensley Keys, broadcasting live from Walker's Dairy Bar. With me today is Coach Braddock and the Week 3 player of the game against the Raliegh Lions, quarterback, defensive back, Mason Smith. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. Thank you for having us. Glad to be here.
Hey, Mason, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
All right. So great having you here, guys. I know it's probably been an emotional weekend for you, but that's understandable. But we're going to go ahead and get the show on the road. But, Coach, the Tigers experienced a heartbreaking loss against the Lions at Raleigh last Friday. Now that you've had some time to, calm your emotions, what are your thoughts about the game?
Well, I think it was a hard-fought game. Both teams played hard, the entire game. I was proud of our kids for not giving up. We just got to find a way to pull that thing out, and we were very close. There's 2 or 3 plays here or there that, if we make, we win that game, and we got to find a way to win it. We got to piece our offense and defense together, along with special teams. It seemed like offense was a little cold in the first half, and defense we were a little cold in the second half. So we both got to get to playing well the entire game, all 3 phases. But Raleigh's a good team. I mean, people probably don't know that, but they were ranked in the top 10 in 3A preseason poll, and they had some really good players. So it was a challenge for us, obviously, and we fell a little short. But the kids fought hard and come back to work yesterday, and we'll be fine. We got a lot of games to play, and we're gonna win a lot of games.
Okay, that's good stuff. Now, Coach, first off, let's focus on the Tigers' never give up attitude. I mean, this was a back and forth game as far as scoring, and the Tigers, getting stopped at critical times when the Lions were consistent in moving the ball and threatening in the red zone. Talk about how you and the coaches, kept the players motivated to keep it close.
Well, I don't know if we did anything special during the game. It might have been a call here or there, but the kids just buckled down and made some plays. We try to do all that type of stuff in practice, so we put ourselves in a situation to make those. We been nice if we would have got on the last drive. We'd have got to stop a little quicker. We had an interference call down the field and extended the drive, then had a penalty and pushed the ball down close to the end zone, which we did get a stop, and I was proud of that because it'd have been easy to lay down, and we didn't. It's like I told Mason before we got here. I said, if we outrun that guy on the last play, or if we just make one play and win, then our whole body language is different. It's like man, we never quit. We didn't give up. We found a way to win. But when you get beat like we did, it's kind of gut wrenching. But we'll definitely be back, and I am proud of the kids though for the way they fought.
Yes, sir. Indeed, they showed a lot of fight, and that's something that it really stood out to me, and it's something that your team, though they've showed since the start of this year and even last year. I mean, they have fight in them, and that's one thing that I really love to see. Though you may come up short, the game may not go the way you wanted to. The fact that you don't give up and you still keep playing the ball game, you still do what you were coached to do during practice. That's what makes a good ball player. So now, one thing that I noticed during the game, Coach, it seems you resorted to the passing game for this contest more opposed to previous contests. Did you notice something in the Raleigh defensive scheme that prompted you to go to the air?
Well, Coach McKeever's offensive coordinator, and he calls the offense. I just kind of tell him what I want our philosophy to be, and we want to be a ground and pound physical team, but we also want to be able to get the ball in space. And, perfect world, I'd like for us to be 50-50. We started off slow this year in the passing game, and each week, seems like against better competition, we've gotten better. So that was our goal, just to be more balanced. We feel like that'll loosen up the running game, allow Mason to run the ball some too. But our goal is to be 50-50. But we'll always just take what the defense gives us. What we think puts us in an advantage.
And considering that, I know it's still early in the season, but this was one intense ball game, especially in the fourth quarter. As the Tigers were down, but never really out. But things really got interesting within the final seconds. Let's take a listen.
10 seconds left in the ball game. Mason Smith is going to have to throw it down the field. We're coming out with 4 receivers. Smith waits the snap, drop back, looking deep. Finds the receiver. He finds the receiver. And it's off to the races. Devonta Saxon off to the races. Oh, but it's null and void as the time winds down. Jamarcus Samples fumbles the ball as he was tackled just at the 25-yard line. And he fumbled the ball. But Coach Braddock is arguing that they had more time left. We're going to see what the call is. But, wow, it was about to be a serious swing of momentum here in Raleigh, Mississippi. Coach Braddock is not really happy right now. So the officials are allowing the Tigers a field goal. So Garcia is on the field with 0 seconds left, trailing 3 points, and gets a chance to tie this ball game up, but the play is going to be blown dead. We're going to see what happened. The officials are arguing that there's 0 time on the clock, so we're going to see how the officials. It looks like the officials are going to side with the Raliegh Lions and call it a ball game. So while the officials are going to give the Tigers the opportunity to kick a field goal to tie the ball game up, Raleigh coaches told the officials that there's 0 time on the clock, and that's what the officials chose to go with.
Okay, so Coach, after hearing that, and I'm still going to say after the player was knocked out of bounds, that there was still 1 second left on the clock. So based on my positioning and what I saw, so after hearing this, will you tell us what you recall happening?
Well, it was. It's obviously a lot of emotions, like I said, because we didn't quit and we kept fighting, and Mason made a great throw, and that's. It was actually Jalen Hudson that caught the ball, and the DB misplayed the ball, and we made a good throw and catch, and Jalen slipped out of there, and I thought he was gone, so I was excited. He's actually, the referee told us he was tackled inbounds, and we fumbled the ball, which we got it, we recovered it back, and then with 1 second on the clock, and then when they blew it in for play, that's when the time expired. We tried to get our field goal team out to give Garcia a chance to kick it, but time expired, so we just kind of run out of time there.
Okay. Well, considering from what I saw from the standpoint of what I saw where I was sitting, and I had a clear view of it, and considering where the officials were who did not have a clear view of it, I'm still going to say there was 1 second left on the clock, so not sure who was operating the clock, but it is what it is. So now on to your next opponent. The Tigers are back in the jungle this Friday, hosting the cross-county rival, the South Jones Braves. Give us your take on what the Tigers are up against this week.
Well, we're excited because it's another chance to play in front of our home crowd. We always have a great crowd, home or on the road, but a chance to play in the jungle, and it's another Jones County rival. And South Jones they're big, physical defense, offensively big and physical, and got a couple skilled guys that can run well. So it'd be a good challenge, but like I said, being in front of our home crowd and another Jones County opponent, there's no doubt our kids will be ready to go and get after it.
All right, thank you so much for that, Coach. Well, we're gonna take a quick break to hear from our sponsors, and when we come back, we'll hear from our player of the game, quarterback, defensive back, Mason Smith, who's right here with us, and it looks like he's ready to get on the air, so just stay tuned, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
This presentation is brought to you by the following. Flicka's Tax Service. With tax season just around the corner, visit Flicka's Tax Service in Taylorsville, Mississippi, providing expert knowledge on all returns from 1040EZs to corporations as well as payroll. Flicka's Tax Service. Call 601-785-6900. Southeastern Baptist College, empowering students to reach their spiritual, academic, and athletic potential. Discover the difference at your hometown college. Southeastern Baptist College, equipping the saints.
10 seconds.
And welcome back to the broadcast. Now, Coach, you named Mason. You and the coaching staff named Mason Smith the player of the game. Tell our listeners about what all went into naming Mason the player of the game.
Well, he told me after we leave here, we're gonna go get ice cream, and he's gonna buy it. So I figured since he was paying me off, I'd let him be the player of the game. No, just kidding. Mason's a great young man. He's a very smart kid. I just got him out of a dual credit class to come up here and do the interview. But he's well deserving. He does a lot for us. He would obviously be one of our better defensive players if he played every snap there. But we need him to play quarterback, and he's always done exactly what we need him to do. I think, like I said, our passing game's improving. The receivers around him and O-line, as well as him throwing the football. I think he was like 7 for 11, 130, 150 yards, something, and he rushed for another 50 and had 3 or 4 tackles. So he's an impact player, and he's definitely one of the leaders on our team. So it's an easy choice. He's somebody that can probably get it each and every week, honestly.
That's stuff. Now, Mason, first off, congratulations on earning the player of the game title. Though the game didn't play out as you would have liked, what was some positive that you got from the game?
Just like Coach Braddock said earlier, I think the positive thing we got from last week against Raleigh was our pass game gets better each week, and that would be the positive thing.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned to Coach, you guys never gave up, no matter how many times the line scored. The offense kept moving the ball, and even the defense even made stops at critical moments. And then you played both sides of the ball for this game. So what were your emotions, especially throughout the fourth quarter?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it got crunch time there in the fourth quarter. Just my emotions, stay calm and, deliver the ball well and just do what the coaches say and execute the play.
Okay. Now, we were going to relive what ended up being the final play to the deep pass to Coach. You said Jamarcus Sampson?
No, it was
Jalen Hudson. I'm sorry. Can you recall what you saw on that play and what led you to making such a good, smart throw to the player?
Yeah, I mean, the defense was lined up in a prevent defense. I saw the corners. They were 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, and I just delivered the ball straight to Jalen Hudson, the easiest throw, and he made a good run for it. And I thought, we should kick the field goal and win the overtime, but, other things happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, other things happen, things that shouldn't have happened. But that, Mason, I gotta tell you, man, my nerves get really bad in sports when it comes to moments like that, and sometimes I wonder why I decide to do what I do because my nerves are so bad. But in moments like in a critical moment like that, props out to you, man. To be able to keep your composure in such a situation like that, times winding down, you have ways to go, and you able to make a play like you did, and also hats off to Hudson for keeping his composure as well. He showed great hands. Really, there was a defender right there, and the fact that he just focused in on that ball, made that catch, and was able to take it up the field. That's a ball player right there. So